welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013, and I am joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You could find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, my man, how are you doing tonight?
Doing good. I'm just hoping my dudes get out. Oh man, they didn't. I just lost a couple tickets. Son of a B.
The Mets did you okay though, right?
What can you do? What?
The Mets did you okay though, right?
Damn the Mets. Hell yeah, they did. They lost. I'm happy they lost.
That sucked. That sucked a big one. Did not see that coming when they had like a 6-1 lead with DeGrom on the hill in the 8th. I did not see that coming. But Stripper Cabrera did his thing. Very disappointed that they didn't play. I guess Jay Bruce was hurt. Not really sure why they didn't play Cespedes against the division rival.
He was? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Jay Bruce, apparently his plantar fasciitis or whatever is flaring up. But Cespedes, I don't know. I guess it was just rest. I mean, you would think that with Cespedes has been cold as hell, so maybe that has something to do with it. I know he's also been sick, but either way, I agree. They put out a weaker lineup, and despite the fact that some of those guys did well, they still, they gave it up. They lost. So it's the risk you take playing your B squad. I'm a little disappointed that they lost. Overall, what did you think of the slate tonight, man? I thought we nailed the pitching. Like overall as a company, I thought everybody kind of nailed the pitching today.
Yeah, I mean, I did well. I was expecting Snell to be popular, but on FanDuel, I wasn't expecting him to be higher on than DeGrom.
Was he higher on than DeGrom on FanDuel?
He was.
Wow.
Barely, but he was.
Still. I mean, it was in DraftKings, it was the same thing. It was just as chalky, but that's expected. You picked two pitchers, so you kind of knew it was going to be him and DeGrom. That's the only problem is they were both extremely chalky, and they both did extremely well. So on DraftKings, like literally in tournaments, dude, like I think DeGrom was 48% and Snell was like 46%. They were like in the 40s, man. So, but Luis Castillo.
I played
well.
Paxton. I didn't play DeGrom.
Yeah, Paxton did well. Luis Castillo did well. It was pretty much all the pitchers that throughout the day between the articles and the Y stream and the podcast last night, you and Paulie did, like all the pitchers did well, man. The one that caught me by surprise though was Tehran. He was just mowing him down early. He did pretty well, but I don't think you necessarily needed him. All the other guys did well too. So. All in all, I think it was a win. The Mets disappointing, of course, and then of course we lost a few games because of the freaking roof leak in Toronto and cold weather, which is now a thing. We gotta watch out for that now. Gonna have to keep an eye out for this cold weather. I'm cold right now. I got this giant thick ass hoodie on me. I'm freezing. It did get cold over here in the Northeast again, but that's our new thing, man. That's our new beginning of the season thing. Grand Doll just said
Grand Doll.
There you go.
Grand Slam.
That's your boy right there. I know
that is my dude. I love him.
Yeah. Yep. Look at that. Let's catch a boy.
Grand Dog, Grand Slam.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I was on a lot of good stuff, and somehow still, I just didn't have the right combinations. Like, I don't know. I should have smashed. I don't understand how I didn't, but I didn't.
I mean, it was all right. I just lost a couple seats, though. That sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, that sucks. Now, Paulie D's been crushing cash games. It's just, what a world, man. I was begging Paulie to try cash games last year. He was like, no way. And now he's like begging me to do it, and he's doing it extremely well, man. He's killing it in cash. So, Paulie D finding a second role for himself in addition to the tournaments. Do you play cash in baseball, or not yet at this point? I know you were. I knew you were hedging with it for a while.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't make a cash team. Like I make one main team, and that's it.
And you put it in cash just in case it doesn't do well in the tournaments. It'll at least make some money back in the cash game. Makes sense. Makes sense, man.
Yep.
I like it. Anyway, we got ourselves 12 games to break down. There's actually a bunch of games today, but we have a lot of them starting early. The Kansas City is playing, and Toronto are playing 2 games, doubleheader, and neither of them will be on the main slate for FanDuel or DraftKings. And then we also know that there's I think Baltimore and Detroit are playing at 6:30, Miami and New York are playing at 6:30, so I wonder if they'll try to throw together some kind of early slate with the 6 o'clock games. I don't know. But we are not going to talk about that. We are going to talk about this main slate because there's 12 games, which I think is plenty. Keep in mind that some of these games, we don't know. some of these games could get called for cold weather, so we want to keep that in mind. I'll try to give the temperature as we go through these because that's becoming an epidemic throughout the league, unfortunately. First game, Cash, we got Chad Bettis of the Colorado Rockies visiting Trevor Williams of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Total here is 8, and the Pittsburgh Pirates a minus 140 home favorite. What you got here?
Trevor Williams versus who'd you say?
Chad Bettis.
Ugh. Where's his? I don't ever want to pitch Chad Bettis. And I don't want to pitch him against Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's been good. But Chad Bettis was good against Washington, but nah. But I do have interest in Williams. In the big park, Colorado did well today. But I like Williams a little bit. He'll make my list. I don't know if I'm gonna use him or not, but I think he'll make the list. But you can always go Blackman against him for sure. Cargo, maybe, but I think I want to. It depends on the weather, though. I like Pittsburgh today, but it was so cold there. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna go there. What you said something, CK? You on mute?
Oh no, I didn't say that. I'm just my nose and stuff, man. I'm just mute myself so you don't gotta hear me sniffle.
I mean, it just all depends on the weather. You know, how cold is it going to be in Pittsburgh?
I'm glad you said that because I just told everybody I was going to say the weather and I didn't do it. It's going to be 39 degrees with 11-mile-per-hour winds blowing out to left field. 39. So you could expect that to be a little under that. Pittsburgh, probably a little bit of wind too. So it's probably going to feel closer to like 30, some shit like that.
I mean, you could go to these guys, Bell, Dickerson, Polanco. But it's super cold. I don't like that. I don't like super cold. And 11 will help a little bit, but I'd rather be 20. If it was 20, then I might look more, but I don't think I'll be coming to this game.
Yeah, man. The Rockies, I'll admit the Rockies have looked good, specifically Charlie Blackmon. That guy's hit a home run. I don't even remember the last time he didn't hit a home run. I think he didn't play in the game last time he didn't hit a home run. The guy's just been on fire. Even in the big ballpark, hit another one today, of course. Chad Bettis, but like my issue with Trevor Williams, and I played Trevor Williams a couple times, and his game logs are good. I just don't like the statistics behind his play this year. His swinging strike rate in 2018 so far is only 4.8%. That's a little alarming. His velocity is actually down almost a full 2 miles per hour. So it almost seems like he's been kind of just like getting kind of lucky. His hard contact, his soft contact's only 19% right now, 36.5% hard contact. So he's done okay. Like he's done well considering. I just don't like some of these numbers that are supposed to support how he's been doing. I'm not seeing the peripheral numbers to go along with those performances, so I'm worried. But I will admit, at his price on DraftKings at 6-7, I'm gonna have to take a look. I mean, he's played well so far. We know the Rockies can strike out on their own. They don't really need help from a pitcher at times. So maybe on Trevor Williams, but I think I'm leaning more towards. What's that?
He's definitely not a pitcher that I usually like to target.
Right.
Because, let me see. I think it's, hold on. Where's he at? Trevor Williams. He's way down here.
Yes.
8%. What did you just say, swinging strike?
It's like 4.
That's
like
that last year and this year is 8%.
Right. This year right now is swinging strike
last
rate
year and this year combined is 8.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, not an only guy I like to target. And his outside the zone is only 28. That's how I really like to tell if a guy has good stuff or not.
Mm-hmm.
If guys are swinging the pitches outside the zone,
mm-hmm.
and it's really low.
Yeah.
You know who's ain't? Ohtani is that dude.
He is that dude.
Yeah, but there's way better pitching options on this slate. He's just a maybe. But I like Blackman. That's the only bet I like on Colorado.
Yeah, no, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Not too excited with this game. I think Blackman is fine. You know, I'll always take some Blackman, but on a first look, there's nothing too exciting here. It's going to be cold. Not crazy about the pitchers. Not crazy about the hitters. It's kind of one of those games that are just on a 12-game slate. But who knows, man? Maybe some of these other games get canceled. I'm not going to have a choice. We're going to have to dig in. So it's that's why we talk about this game so in depth. So yeah, we'll see what we come to tomorrow. Definitely agree though. Blackman seems like the best play from this game overall. Let's move it on over to this next one. We've got Matt Moore of the Texas Rangers visiting I forgot his first name. Chirinos. Yanni Chirinos of the Tampa Bay Rays. So another one of those bullpen games that they've liked to do. Seem to like to do. They've done it a lot this year. We don't have a total or a spread because obviously Tampa Bay was late to announce who they were pitching as the starter. So we don't have a spread here. But we know that Tampa Bay plays in a dome. So unless there's some kind of hole in the roof or some kind of leak or some other crazy shit going down, this game should be one of the ones that are safer to play. And one of the uglier ones on the board. What you got here?
I mean, Chirinos, or whatever the hell his name is, he's going to pitch. If he's pitching well, he's going to pitch 5 innings. So, I mean, that's what some starters do. So it's not necessarily a pin game, but, I mean, am I looking to pitch him? What's his price on DK?
Who's that? My bad.
You better be real cheap.
Who is Mr. Chirinos?
Mr. Yanni.
Yeah, 4-7.
Yeah. Maybe, but I doubt it. Matt Moore really blows. This Texas pitching staff is really bad.
Yeah.
I wish I would have stacked Tampa today at very low ownership. Oh my God. Matt Moore is such garbage. I don't want nothing.
Nothing.
I don't want nothing.
Nothing.
No.
On
Gallo, I always look at Gallo, but
yeah, Gallo's definitely he's just got tremendous power. I could take a look at I could take a stab at Chirinos at 4-7. I've been kind of doing that. More times than not, it's worked out for me. So I could take a stab at him. I know Texas isn't necessarily. We checked the numbers and they weren't striking out at as high of a rate as it seemed. But we know that they're also not producing. So at 4-7, one of those situations, he's priced as a hitter. He gets me 10 plus DraftKings points. I'm okay with that. And he's done it in his last 3 starts on DraftKings. This is actually his 4th start. He's not going to go deep. The most he'll really go for is about 5 innings. He is a bullpen guy after all. But he's made 3 starts, 12, 17, 18. Any one of those scores at 4-7, and I'm okay with that on DraftKings as an SP2. I would love to pick on Matt Moore. The Rays look good today. I'm sure I will end up with some Rays stacks just because it's one of my rules in DFS to stack against Matt Moore. But he is, like we saw like last year, he was protected in that San Francisco stadium. This is not San Francisco, but it still is a pretty good pitcher's park. So, I'm not going to go too crazy just because.
I got to look into this guy because he's played Boston twice and didn't give up earned run either time.
He looked good, man.
He's pitched 9 innings. 9 innings against Boston and gave up 0 runs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And struck out 7 in 9.
He was impressive. He was.
At 4-7, I mean, on FanDuel, you don't look at him probably at 6K.
Right.
At 4-7,
you're sacrificing a lot of
you want to fit in because Kluber's there. There's other dudes there, so
right.
Might want to do that.
We might have
so you can still get your bats in.
That's it. So we might have to. We might have to. At least
if a dude plays Boston twice, the way Boston's playing right now, and he doesn't give up earned run, I just don't think Texas is gonna do much.
I would happen to agree with you, man. So I think I'm on the Rays side all the way. I don't mind Rays bats against Moore, though I'm not going to go all in. We've seen Matt Moore limit his damage in these huge ballparks before. And Chirinos, man, I think very viable. On DraftKings specifically, I agree with Cash. On FanDuel, you're sacrificing a lot of upside because we know this kid's not going to go more than 5 and change. So you'd be sacrificing not playing a guy like Kluber who could potentially go a full game. So I'm with you there. I think that's where we're at. Let's move on over to this next one, my man. We're going to talk about my boys. Disappointed me today. Really, really hurt in the stones. It really hurt in the stones. for them to lose that game as a Met fan. I like putting the dagger into the Nats, and we had a chance to stick it in a little further with Mr. Jacob deGrom, and we let it get away. And even though their pitching and ultimately the bullpen, and of course deGrom falling apart in the 8th inning is what did it, I can't help but think maybe if Cespedes, maybe if, Jay Bruce, I understand he's got plantar fasciitis flare-up, but if they would have just put out a little bit of a better lineup, maybe they would have had enough. But I am a Mets homer, so, I'm not going to put too much weight into that. Cash, what do you think? Here we got Gio Gonzalez, lefty from the Washington Nationals, visiting Zach Wheeler, Mr. Wheels, coming off his dominant performance against Miami. Total here is 7.5. The Mets a plus 108 home underdog. We have 14-mile-per-hour winds blowing out to right field. It's going to be about 46 degrees. It is freezing, and it's been windy as shit around here. Cash, what do you got?
Said 20?
No. 46 degrees.
No.
The winds?
Miles per hour.
Oh, 14. 14.
14.
Still pretty good.
Well,
it's been windy around
here. There's no need to fear, CK. Your ace is here. Zach Wheeler.
Zach Wheels, baby.
the new ace of the New York Mets. Oh man. Okay, there's no way I'm pitching Zach Wheeler against this team. But he looked very impressive. It's a totally different matchup. No. And Gio, I never like to pitch. But he's always an okay option because he's normally going to be okay for you. But he's just not a dude that I like to pitch. He's just not for me. But on the bat side of things, if Matt Adams actually cracks the lineup, which he probably won't because managers are so stupid. Like, how do you start Herrera today over Nick Williams against Teheran? I just don't understand. Some managers are just idiots. So, Mr. Ryan Zimmerman himself, probably strike out 4 times, will be in the lineup while Matt Adams is sitting on the bench watching. He has double dong potential. But if he gets in the lineup, I like him. Bryce Harper, of course, every day. I loved Bryce Harper's home run at low ownership today, even though he was higher than I thought on DK, but low enough. And that's probably it. It's those 2 bets. Goodwin is okay, but he's okay. He'd probably be chalk if he's leading off, though. He's 2-4 on FanDuel and 3K on DK. And that is probably about it. You on mute?
You are correct. I was on mute. Total is super low here on both sides. Both teams, Washington projected for 3.9 runs and the Mets projected for 3.7. We do have 14-mile-per-hour winds blowing out to right. Thing about what's unfortunate for the Mets here is Gio's a lefty, so you expect a lot of the right-handed guys to do the damage, and you expect the Mets to throw out a left-handed lineup. And the winds are favorable to the lefties today. So Zach Wheeler, obviously a righty. The platoon split's still alive for Washington. Like you said, Harper, if Goodwin plays, and whatever other lefties they can possibly throw out there, would be guys to consider. Again, we have 14-mile-per-hour winds, so I know it's cold. I know these pitchers have been pitching pretty well so far this season, but we got to give it some weight that there's some wind blowing out there. So I'm cool with I think Wheeler's okay just from the standpoint that DeGrom was able to strike out so many guys. Daniel Murphy is still out. That's a big bat that doesn't strike out a ton. And we have a couple question tags. Anthony Rendon has a little Q tag by his name. You mentioned Ryan Zimmerman, who's striking out a ton this year. So I'm kind of on the fence. I think Harper's fine. I was telling Paulie, man, I was talking to Paulie. I said Bryce Harper. I was like, DeGrom's going to do his thing, but Bryce Harper will go yard. And Bryce Harper certainly did go yard. So I'm always okay with Harper. I'm fine with these Mets bats too. It's strange. I lean toward. I think honestly, and this is going to sound like a homer play, but it's really not. It's more of like me not wanting to play Gio away from home. But I think I would probably go with Wheeler as a pitcher from this game, or neither. and then I would probably be more so on the Mets stack. So one-offs, I'm okay from the Nationals, but for the stack purpose, I think I'd want some of these Mets. They did get Gio struck out a lot of these guys in Washington, but then they eventually got to him. And I'm still not sold that Washington's bullpen is completely fixed here. So I'm okay with the Mets stack. Nothing great. I'm hoping we come across some better spots on a 12-game slate here. Okay with some of these Mets. We're going to see Todd Frazier. We're going to see Wilmer Flores. Cespedes should be back in the lineup, hopefully. And then, Wheels, his numbers look good, man. And it was only one start. We can't overreact. We can't. But I don't expect a ton of people to go there. And like I said, DeGrom was able to whiff through these guys pretty quickly. I mean, he went out for the 8th. He only had 80 pitches in the 8th. I don't know how he fell apart, but he did. But, I'm okay with trying Wheels.
2 bats. There's only 2 bats I like. And I think you named both of them. Flores and Frazier.
Yeah.
And Frazier's too expensive.
Yeah.
I'm not going to play Frazier.
Yeah. No, on DraftKings, he's 4-1. It's not so bad. What's his price on FanDuel over there?
It's 4-1 on FanDuel.
Okay, on FanDuel, that's expensive, 4-1. On DraftKings, it's like average price. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he's okay, but
I'm with you.
I would rather play Flores, but Flores would be more popular, too.
Yeah.
But I don't think very much. I don't think it's going to be really popular because Gio's good.
Agreed. Yeah, I think people will try to roster Gio. And there's some merit, man. The Nats just had a big come-from-behind win. That usually gives the team a little boost, carries some momentum. And I say this, the Mets did just sweep the Nats in Washington. So I'm sure the Nationals are looking to even up the score as, everybody expects the Mets and the Nats to be competing for the NL East title. Let's move on to this next one. We got Corey Kluber of the Cleveland Indians visiting Jake Odorizzi of the Minnesota Twins. Seems like we haven't gotten to play these teams in a while because either they're not on the slate, they're playing early, or they've had some cold weather.
Blizzards,
yes.
Well, they actually had blizzards.
They have real cold. No. I'm not hating on Minnesota. I'm not hating on them. They tried, man. They had some serious, shit go down with weather, man. They're getting pounded with blizzards lately. So I'm not that is not a shot at Minnesota. And I love playing Minnesota personally, their offense. Not in this spot, obviously, against Kluber, but we'll talk about that. Total here, 7.5. Minnesota, a plus 170. Home underdog. Looks like we have a 38-degree temperature forecasted. Humidity about 74%. Wind blowing in from center about 5 miles per hour, so nothing significant. What you got here, man?
Well, if FanGraphs will get their stuff together and actually put the pitchers that's going to pitch in their probables, then I could read off how impressive Corey Kluber is, but I can't because he's not there, and I don't feel like typing in his name. Corey Kluber is maybe the best pitcher in baseball. So, you can pitch him. It's as simple as that. I don't give a damn what the lineup is on the other side. And I think Minnesota's good. You could pitch Corey Kluber every 5th day if you want to. He might be the best pitcher in baseball. Jake Odorizzi, I don't know how he's doing it. I really don't know how he's doing it. He got blew up once, and the other 2 games was decent. He's pretty good. He sucks. I don't think Jake Odorizzi is very good. So, Cleveland is okay. What's the weather? I didn't hear you. Did you say it?
Yeah, it's going to be cold, 38 degrees. No real significant wind impact. So it's just going to be cold. That's basically it.
I'm good. That's it. That's all I want. It's Corey Kluber. I'm good.
Yeah, I could definitely Kluber by far the standout pitcher. I think on the rest of the slate, I went through and I'm pretty sure he is by far it doesn't take much. Well, it looks like we'll get to Ohtani later, of course. But yeah, he's definitely the standout guy. I expect him to be extremely popular for good reason. I normally don't like taking certain pitchers against the Twins because they have all their left-handed power, but Corey Kluber's not one of those guys. I'm not afraid to take him against anybody. So I will be loading up on some Corey Klubes, and I'm gonna go after freaking Jake Odorizzi. I'm with you, man. I think Houston. He did well against Houston. Well, everybody seems to be doing well against Houston lately. He did well against Baltimore. Everybody's been doing well against Baltimore lately. And the team he didn't do well against is the Pirates. So I think Cleveland, another one of those teams that don't strike out a ton. They're going to send a lot of lefties at him. I think Odorizzi is slightly on the reverse splits end, but I think it's closer to neutral. But I think he is slightly reverse splitsy. Either way, the Cleveland Indians have a lot of left-handed power. I haven't been able to play them in a while, so I will be trying to attack this man because I'm with you. I don't believe that he's as good as his numbers has indicated. I think he's capable in certain spots. I don't think against these Indians is one of those spots, though. So give me some Indians. Give me some Corey Klubs. Let's do it. Next one here, Cass. Talk about your boys back in A-Town. We got Nick Pivetta of the Philadelphia Phillies visiting Michael Foltynewicz of the Atlanta Braves. It looks like the total here is 8.5. It's come down from 9 already. Atlanta a -110 home favorite. Looks like it's going to be about 70 degrees. Finally, some decent weather. Of course, leave it to A-Town. A-Town all day, right, Cash? And then, of course,
right.
9-mile-per-hour winds blowing, looks like, right to left, so no huge impact. Talk to us about your hometown boys in the Atlanta Braves.
Nick Pivetta has been very good. But today, I don't think so. He's a righty against Atlanta in Atlanta. I don't think I can do it. Don't think I can do it. Hold on. His first game was against Atlanta, right? Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, that was the game he didn't do so hot. He went for
he did bad.
3 strikeouts, 3 earned runs. So, yeah, I would expect I'm not going to say I expect more of the same, but I could see more of the same. I'm not pitching Nick Pivetta. There's no way. Faulty at home. No, thank you. I sure wish they would pitch to my dude Rice, because Rice would be hitting dongs on me. Instead, I got to watch him walk 3 times a day. And Carlos Santana can go eat a D, because he screwed me with his 3 points today.
Yep.
But it's a good matchup for him again. I might go right back. He has not been very good. Let me just say that. Carlos Santana has not woken up yet in Philly. Okay. What else? You could always go to the lefties. Herrera finally hit his first home run today. I don't know. Are we going to put Altair in the lineup again and let Nick Williams sit and watch? Probably, because managers are stupid. But that's probably it. That's probably all I'm looking at. I want some of the lefties and maybe Rice. And I don't know if I want to stack Atlanta or not. But if I did, it's the lefties, of course.
You know what's really...
They're going to have 5 or 6.
You know what's really been annoying about these two teams playing each other is like they're just like Philly's like, yo, we're not going to pitch to Freeman, and the Braves are like, fine, we're not going to pitch to Reese. That seems to be like it's so annoying, man. It just Paulie pointed it earlier. That's like, dude, he said to me, texted me, he was like, I don't think I could play any more of these Braves Philly games. They're just not going to pitch to Freddie, and they're not going to pitch to Reese. It just seems. You know, I mean, I get it, but it's like, come on, man. You guys are going to play each other a lot this year. Let's do it, you know?
Who would pitch to him?
Who's that?
My man, R.A. Dickey.
R.A. Dickey.
He's lost. He's gone. Can't never use him again.
I am forever grateful to R.A. Dickey. He wins a Cy Young during a year where the Mets are terrible and I needed it. And then we trade him. We trade him for Noah Syndergaard, Travis d'Arnaud. Like, oh my gosh. I am forever grateful to him in Toronto. Appreciate y'all.
I'm forever grateful every time he pitched against Philly and dominated them. That's what I'm forever grateful for.
He did. He had a thing, man. He just crushes Philly every time. Yeah, Nick Pivetta, man. I'm not picking on the Braves. Just don't like to do it. They don't strike out enough for me. And if I'm going to do it, it's going to be with an elite pitcher. Nick Pivetta has had really, really good stuff. I'm not going after the Braves, though. Not in this ballpark especially. I will say that Pivetta does have reverse splits. So I'm a little concerned, like pretty drastic reverse splits. So I'm a little concerned about taking the Braves' bats against him necessarily, and his hard contact rate is extremely low. I just don't know. I just don't expect the strikeout upside to be there here against the Braves. So I can see the Braves like to work guys' pitch counts up because they keep fouling. They just won't go away. And so I'm off Pivetta, but I don't know how much into these bats I'm going to be. And a little bit on Foltynewicz, I don't mind as much. Philly has big power. They do. But they do strike out in bunches, and Foltynewicz has had some decent games. He's only 7-2 on DraftKings, so as an SP2, I could go that way. So I think for me, it's more the Brave side, Foltynewicz specifically, and the bats on either side I'm not crazy about. So I know, and in most circumstances, if I don't want to play the pitcher, I usually want to play the bats, but not this one. I respect what Pivetta's doing. I just don't think he has enough K upside here. So I think it's Folty and pretty much nothing else from this game. I mean, you can always take a one off of Freddie or Reese. I don't care about platoon splits with those guys. Those guys are just awesome. And even Ozzie Albies, he's just been red hot. So he's a switch hitter. That dude's just been red hot. So I don't mind it. But yeah, that's so far not really finding a ton of bat spots that I like. So hopefully, I think we will in this next one, actually. So let's move on to this next one. We've got the Cincinnati Reds sending out Sal Romano, visiting Junior Guerra of Mr. Cam G333's Milwaukee Brew Crew. The get-right spot for Castillo, and it certainly was. He certainly got right. 8.5 is the total. Milwaukee a -150 home favorite in one of the smaller parks going indoors. They will be closing the roof as long as it's cold over there. So that means that we don't have to worry about no weather. We just have to worry about a bird crashing through the dome or some crazy shit, because that's just the kind of shit that's been going down. Ice falling from the CN Tower through the roof of the dome. It's wild, but we'll see what happens in Milwaukee. Maybe a big chunk of cheese falls through the roof. I don't know. What do you think, Cash? What do you got here?
I don't know. Just another manager that doesn't put his lefties out there. Like,
why Thames didn't play?
Yeah.
I don't know. He's got to be hurt. I see a Q tag by his name. I'm assuming.
No, Thames. Yeah, I think he is kind of banged up. Right? But they got other lefties, like Sogard wasn't in there. I mean, Sogard isn't nothing special.
Yeah.
But he's a lefty that's probably not going to go out there and strike out every single time he gets to the plate. But I did get on Castillo when the Toronto game got canceled because I was on Garcia, so I had to move to somebody.
Yeah. You had to move to somebody, and you knew Snell was going to be the chalk, so the only guy who really left was Castillo. And then they both did phenomenal, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, they both did very well. I think they got the same points, I think. Or it was really close. No, Castillo fell back because they got to him late, and he lost the quality start and stuff. But I guess he was decent on DK. I used Paxton and Snell and DK, so I don't even know. But, I like Joey Votto, but his price is coming down. He hasn't come alive yet. He's not there yet. This is not the Joey Votto I know. But I like Adam Duvall again a lot. I like Scooter Gennett. I like Winker if he's back from his little injury. That's probably it. I mean, if I'm playing him, I'm probably going to throw in Joey Votto. When the hell is my dude coming back? When is he coming back? What's his name? I can't even think of his name right now, and I don't see him. Schebler.
Oh, man. What a disappointment.
I miss him. I miss him so much.
I know.
But the other side, I don't know if Thames is back today. If not, I like Aguilar more than Thames today. Braun is decent. I think he's a little banged up as well. I don't think I'm going to Shaw. Shaw don't look right to me right now. I don't like Milwaukee as much as I like Cincy.
Yeah. No, I definitely think that I'm going to try to force myself to like the bats here. And I should like them a little more. But it's one of the smaller barks. We don't have to worry about weather here.
The roof's going to be closed. So
right.
The ball jumps when the roof is closed. Much better than when it's open.
Yes. So I'm going to want to jam some bats in. Sal Romano, Junior Guerra. Junior Guerra was impressive in his last start. And he's still super cheap at 5.4. The Reds have been one of the worst offenses in the league, but it does seem like they're starting to kind of get it. They're starting to kind of wake up a little bit here, and they have a lot of power, at least between Duvall, Scooter Gennett, Votto, and even this Winker kid who you mentioned, Cass. Like, he's got some power
yes, he does.
When he's not hurt, of course. So I think we've seen Romano pitch so far this year, and he hasn't really done well. Granted, he's faced some tough offenses, but it's just the lack of strikeouts. He's gone against Washington, Pittsburgh, and St. Louis. So I'll give him a pass on Pittsburgh just because those guys just don't strike out. But he played Washington, a team that we saw today does strike out a ton. Only got 2 through 6 innings. He played St. Louis, struck out 4 in 4 innings, gave up 3 raw. He just hasn't looked very good. And the whole Red staff is terrible, minus Luis Castillo. He's the only one. So I think I'm going to have to try with these Brew Crew. I know that, like, Cam always says that they're a very streaky team, and when they're hot, you want to play them. When they're cold, you want to stay away. And right now, they've kind of been cold. But
Yeah, I was about to say, you want to stay away then.
Right. And they have been cold. But Sal Romano, I believe, and Sal, no offense to you, bro, nothing personal, but I think you suck. I don't think you're very good. So until maybe the Brewers suck worse. I don't know, but I would like to think not. So I will be taking bats from the Brewers side. And Junior Guerra, I'm probably this is probably my hedge life play. I'll probably stack some Reds and play Guerra a tiny bit, only because he's 5'4". I think that's crazy cheap for him. But at the same time, he's playing against the Reds and he's playing in a pitcher's ballpark. These Reds are not the same Reds that we saw last year. Cozart is a huge bat that they're missing. Cozart, Schebler, huge bat that they're missing.
Yeah, Suarez is hurt. Suarez is a big bat too.
Yeah, man, like they're just like, they're just not very good right now. But they could be heating up. So I like the bats on both spots. Like I said, Cass, I'm going to try to force myself to like the spot a little more just because it's one of the better hitting conditions on the day. And that's
like I used Duvall today. Mm-hmm. He was pretty freaking popular.
Yeah.
And his price didn't really go up, so he might be popular again.
Right.
But he's my favorite bat of the game. Even with no prices considered, even if he was 4K, I would like him over Joey Votto and the rest of these guys. Mm-hmm. So.
No, I hear you, man. I absolutely hear you. I'm with it. I lean towards the bats on both sides for sure. Moving on to this next one, Adam Wainwright of the St. Louis Cardinals visiting Tyler Chatwood of the Chicago Cubs. Another game that was, I believe, postponed today. Looks like the total here in Chicago is off because I guess they're waiting for the wind forecast. We're going to play this game again. And Chicago is a minus 128.
Got a wind forecast there?
No, well, actually, let me see. I'm sure what I see projected is 9 mile per hour winds blowing in from left field. That's what I see now. But obviously, Vegas, they wait until the next day just to get a more clear forecast. But for now, I don't think the wind's going to be too much of a factor. But it is going to be 38 degrees, so it is going to be cold as hell. And that's the new norm. They're canceling games because it's cold. So we'll talk about it anyway. What do you think?
Well, I was going to be all over the Cubs today. I was going to have all of them. I wish I could have played all of them. It's not going to be as good today with the wind blowing in, but they will not be as chalky either. Adam Wainwright is garbage. Period. There's nothing else for me to even say. He sucks big D. And these bastards. The best part about it was that I was going to get Rizzo at min price. They raised his price on FanDuel to 3.9.
Bastards.
What is it?
Those bastards.
Let me find him. Where is he at? Where are you at? Where are you at? I don't see you. I don't see him. What's his price on DK?
Who?
Rizzo.
Oh boy. Let's see. I'll tell you right now.
FanDuel is doing this thing this year when you go on the DL, they just put you down to min price. And then they're not, I guess, keeping track of when you're going to come off. Because remember when Conforto, he came off and he was min price, but he wasn't on the slate. And the first game, he hit a home run. He wasn't on the slate, though.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Today, Rizzo was going to be min price on FanDuel, and they just happened to get lucky with the game being canceled. But this guy would have been so freaking heavily owned.
He's 4.3 on FanDuel, which is still cheap for him. But obviously, it's not min. I mean, on DraftKings, 4.3 on DraftKings. Still cheap for him, but obviously not min price.
Yeah, but I'm going to like the Cubs. Are we sure that these two pitchers are going?
That's what Fantasy Labs has, and they're pretty good. I definitely trust their projections.
FanGraphs doesn't. Yeah, I like the Cubs. I like St. Louis as well. I mean, we went over this game yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
I like the bats all over the place. I like the Cubs more, and the wind is not blowing out, so it's not as fun. But they can hit it through 9 mile an hour winds. Trust me. Adam Wainwright is garbage.
I agree, man. Adam Wainwright, he not only is he garbage, but he's specifically even more garbage, a bigger heap of garbage, if you will, on the road. He does especially bad on the road. He has for a while now. So it's a shame what has happened to him. And at one time, he was certainly great and he was fun to watch. But that time has certainly passed us by. But yeah, man, he's a guy I'm definitely going to want. Like, for instance, in 2017, he had a 291 WOBA at home and a 389 WOBA on the road. There you go.
Ian Happ.
Yes.
Ian Happ.
Yes.
Ian Happ.
Give me
Ian
some.
Happ.
Yum, yum. Come get you some. I'll be playing me some Cubbies.
I like them all. I mean, Russell, Schwarber, Rizzo, Bryant.
Yeah.
But I love Ian Happ.
Yeah.
He's my favorite Cub.
Well, you love Ian Happ every day. He's a catching DFS special.
Yes, he's my favorite Cub.
He's a
Not even just
favorite Cub.
on this. Just he's my favorite Cub.
Yes. On some life shit. He's your favorite Cub for sure.
Exactly.
I like it. I'm with it, man. I like the whole Cubs offense. Let's attack Waino. Hopefully people don't do it. I don't see why they wouldn't, but hopefully they don't. And I'll attack Chatwood too, man. He sucks too. I don't care. Play guys against Chatwood. He's had some good games. Don't get me wrong.
He's not very good.
Yeah, he's had some good games.
He's better than Wainwright, but
it's not saying much. It's not saying much these days. But yeah, man, I think this is a spot where I'm going to look to the bats. I know it's cold, but we've seen the Cubs, man. There was that one game the Cubs in Atlanta played. I think Quintana pitched, and like there was runs galore. There was like 23-mile-per-hour winds blowing in. It was freezing cold, and the final score of that game was 10-14. So I don't want to put too much weight. If there's pitchers that we want to attack, let's attack them. I'm not going to wait too much on the weather here. As long as the game plays, which did get canceled today for cold weather, as long as it plays, I'm going to like the bats on both sides. Moving on, we got Johnny Cueto of the San Francisco Giants. He's making his return from injury, visiting Patrick Corbin, the lefty, from the Arizona Diamondbacks. Total here is 8, and the Arizona is a -135 home favorite. What you think here?
Corbin has been beastly this year. Really dominated those Dodgers.
Mm-hmm.
He struck out 9 of these Giants.
Yeah.
Like this Giants isn't the same lineup. Like this lineup will strike out now.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a new lineup compared to last year. So I do like Corbin some. I never liked the ballpark. I mean, he's in Arizona. I'm really waiting to see how this humidor affects it when the roof is closed. If the roof is open, obviously it hasn't affected it at all. The ball's just flying. I have a little interest in Corbin if he's going to be low owned. I don't think the Giants lineup is very good, but it is a good ballpark. I don't know what do you know what was wrong with Cueto?
I don't know. I'm going to look it up now. I could probably find out what exactly was wrong with him.
Oh, his ankle.
Oh, okay. Yeah, ankle. Yeah, I see it right here. Left ankle was tender. He had a tender ankle.
Well, if Arizona is not going to be popular, I could stack Arizona every day in Chase Field if they're not popular. I mean, it's the usual suspects. Goldschmidt is that dude.
He is that dude.
Goldschmidt is the man. Pollock. I mean, Peralta. I like them. How much is this Marte kid? He's still only 2.5. When he's batting in front of Goldie, I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't pitch to Kettle Marte when you got Goldie behind him? Like, you're gonna pitch it right down the middle to this asshole.
Oh yeah.
He sucks. He's a lefty. We know Cueto can struggle with the lefties. Well, he's a switch hitter, but he'll be batting lefty. I like Descalso a lot. I like Kettle if he's in front of Goldie. I like Goldie. I like Pollock. Avila, I like for sure as a low-owned catcher play. He's only 2.9 on DK, 2.3 on FanDuel. He definitely has power. I mean, he showed it last year. He hasn't really done much this year, but yeah, that's probably it. I'm not playing no San Francisco bets, I don't think. And if I did, it would be McCutchen probably. And I like Arizona some.
Yeah, man. Always like to play Arizona when they're home. Hunter Pence, man. He's one guy that's done extremely well against Corbin. 15 for 35. 15 for 35. 4 home runs.
I would have to look at. I'll look how recent. Well, Corbin hasn't been pitching very long, huh?
No, not that long. And I'm pretty sure Pence had a decent game. Nothing like over the top, but he had a decent. Remember, because Corbin was cruising, man. He was cruising. 5 innings and a third. He had 9 strikeouts, and then he gave up 3 runs. Started getting rocked a little bit out there in Giant Stadium. So he still did fine.
Posey's swinging the bat pretty well too. I must say, much better than last year.
Right. Yeah, and he's got decent numbers against Corbin too, man. No home runs, but he's 13 for 43. That's a 302 average, 346 WOBA.
Wow. Pence is 2-2 on FanDuel and 2-7 on DK.
Oh no, that's too cheap, man. I'm
2-7.
sorry. I'm gonna take that chance. I'm taking the chance. I'll play some Corbin.
Oh my God, Buster Posey is 4-8 on DK. He's the same price as freaking Paul Goldschmidt. What the hell?
That's wild.
How is that possible? I don't care how good he's swinging the bat right now. He should never be the same price as Paul Goldschmidt.
Yeah, that's wild.
What the hell is DK doing?
That is wild.
Don't play Posey on DK, please. But you can play some Pence. He's only 2-7. I mean, isn't that what min? That's almost min price. You don't see many guys at 2-7 on DK.
No, you don't. Yeah.
Not guys that are actually good at baseball.
I'll be playing some.
He is kind of old.
I mean, still, I'm gonna try. This number's pretty good. The best part about this, like Corbin is obviously a strikeout guy, so like that's what we're concerned about. 35 at bats, only 4 strikeouts.
That's good. How many walks?
Only 3 walks. But again, he's got 15 hits and 4 home runs, 2 doubles, 1 triple. He's got all that stuff to go with it. So I'd like to see the walks a little higher. But
15 hits and 34 plate appearances, you said?
15 and 35, correct.
Hey, man, that's pretty damn good.
35 at bats, I should say. I think 39 plate appearances, because that'll be your walks, etc. But yeah, pretty good, man.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. I think I will take a chance on some of these giant bats. Corbin.
None of the lefties, though.
None of the lefties.
Not panic. Yeah, no.
One problem,
definitely not.
One of my main issues with Corbin is his price. Paying 9.8 for him when I think I just feel more comfortable with Kluber. And then there's a cheap guy cash. Wait till I tell you the DraftKings price on this next guy we're going to talk about in the next game. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this guy. But because of this cheap guy we're going to talk about, because of Chirino, some of these other cheap guys, I feel like if I'm going to pay up, I'd rather just go up to Kluber at that point. He's 9.8 on DraftKings, Corbin. He's 9.8 in Chase Field. You know what I mean? So I'm okay with Corbin. He's got the strikeout upside, but I'll play a little bit of Corbin, and I'm going to be playing some giant stacks for sure in lineups that I'm not playing Corbin. And, of course, the D-backs, whenever they're home, man, I'm always down. I'm not afraid of Cueto. Just not. I'm always down. I'm down. Ride or die with the D-backs at home. I love it. Now, wait for that. This is what I want to talk to you about, this next game, Cash. We've got Miguel Gonzalez of the Chicago White Sox visiting Trevor Cahill of the Oakland Athletics. Total here is 8.5. Oakland a -170 home favorite. Trevor Cahill is 5-1 on DraftKings against the White Sox. Please talk to me. I want your thoughts.
This guy's not. No. He's not even in the player pool.
Cahill?
Yeah, he's not on the player pool in FanDuel.
Now that is whack. AF.
He's not even in the freaking player pool. Hold on. I don't see him. He's not there. Like, how is that possible? They should have every pitcher, even the bullpen pitchers there. Oh, that doesn't make sense. How much did you say he is?
On DraftKings, he's 5-1, dude. He's exactly what you were talking about. When DraftKings forgets to raise the price on a guy who's, I don't know. I mean, I'm assuming, why the hell is he 5-1 in Oakland against the White Sox?
I don't know. But I mean, that's interesting. So that means he's going to be popular, and this kid for Tampa is not.
I would think yes.
Right?
I would believe so.
I would think so too. That makes me want to maybe get a little leverage White Sox stack, but it's a big park downgrade for them. But yeah, that's way too cheap for this matchup, especially this ballpark. His counterpart is Miguel Gonzalez. I mean, are you kidding me? I mean, that's almost a guaranteed win. Oakland is swinging hot bats. I mean, that's great. That's a great cash option for sure. Play him in cash on DK, and then go get your Kluber, and then get your bats in. But you can sign me up for Olsen, Chapman, Joyce, Crush, Jed Lowry, Bam, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all of them. I like them all. Love Olsen. Love Chapman. Love Joyce. Love Crush. Can't leave Jed out of that because he's right there in the 3-hole. Love it. Love Oakland today.
I love Oakland too. I love Oakland pretty much every day. Oakland, the Angels, some of these teams, man, the West Coast have really came through heavy for me this year. I mean, heavy. And I'm going to keep riding them, man. I love the way these guys are hitting.
Padres.
The Padres and the lefties. They're getting a lot of lefties lately. I'm digging it. They got another lefty today, I think we'll talk about. Yeah, we got Alex Wood later. We'll talk about that. I mean, Patio Joe texted me right after I said that about Cahill's price. Patio Joe texted me all caps because Cahill is garbage. That's what he says.
But it's still too cheap.
It's just too cheap. I agree. Do I think that Cahill is just some elite world stopper? No. If Cahill was like 8K, would I have any interest? Probably not. But I mean, 5-1 against the White Sox, one of the highest strikeout teams in the league against righties. Like, it seems like for decades now. Probably only a couple of years, but it seems like for decades now. I'm going to try it.
On Joe's side, right when you said that, the first thing that pops in my head is like, I want to have that leverage stack because he's going to be popular on DK.
Yes.
And he can get, like, the White Sox can't beat him up.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
for sure.
Oh, yeah. He looked Cahill was great in the first half of the season. He got traded to the Royals and became a different pitcher. He sucked. He just sucked out of it all of a sudden. So I get it. But again, he's 5-1. There's Kluber on the slate. Ohtani's on the slate. Bunch of these great pitchers are on the slate. And he's 5-1 on DraftKings against the White Sox. I mean, it's just too tough to ignore. And like you said, it's Miguel Gonzalez on the other side. The way the A's have been swinging the bats, man, you would think that the win is just like, you know, I'm just saying. I mean, Vegas seems to agree with us. He's a 170 home favorite here. I'm just saying. But I hear you, Joey. Cahill was disappointing before. But 5-1. I mean, like you said, Cash, definitely, I think, somebody to consider for cash games for sure. And in tournaments, yeah, he might be extremely popular. Might have to look for some pivots to have as alternatives in case he does get blown up. Leverage stack, sure. White Sox is a leverage stack. I'm with it. One thing about Cahill, though, is he does have a decent ground ball rate. He does typically keep the ball on the ground. So that's one of the reasons that he's been successful.
Yeah, probably one of the reasons why Oakland wants him.
Yes, agreed. That's their shtick. But yeah, I like the A's side here. Let's move it on over to your boys, Cash. Your real boys here. And Atlanta was your home team boys, but these are your hometown boys. But these are your real boys. I'm talking about David Price, not him specifically, but of the Boston Red Sox, your boys.
Definitely not him.
I know that. I had to cover when I said that, I was like, let me just clarify that. I know he doesn't like Price. Of the Boston Red Sox visiting Shohei Ohtani, the DFS GOAT. I'm sorry, it's official. So sample size out the window with this kid. He is the GOAT. This dude is just the shit. This kid is amazing. The stuff he can do. If he retired tomorrow, I would still think he's the GOAT. It's just impressive, man. For a guy to hit and pitch, and he's in the AL, throw 100 miles an hour, exit velocity through the roof. Like, this guy is just a freak. Ohtani of the Los Angeles Angels. Total here. Oh, I got so excited I forgot to look. 7.5 is the total. The Angels a minus 155 home favorite. Boston all the way in the West Coast. It's going to be about 70 degrees here, Cash. 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing out to left. What are we doing with your boys? What are we doing with our boy, Mr. Ohtani?
Ohtani, I didn't need no sample size. The first day he pitched, I was all the F in. No sample size needed. And the first time all I needed to do is watch him swing the bat one time. His first swing I ever watched him swing. I was like, okay, here we go. I'm playing this kid. I don't need no numbers. The kid, oh my God. This freaking kid he's amazing. I love him. But the problem is, like, this is the test right here for the Red Sox. If the Red Sox, like, beat him up, like, the Red Sox is just... But Mookie is hurt. Is Hanley still hurt? No, Hanley came back. Mookie has a foot injury. So you're telling me you want to pitch Ohtani today against the Red Sox?
I will, man. I've pitched Cash. I've pitched worse pitchers against against these guys this year. I will have some Ohtani. Am I gonna have a ton? I don't know, because I do like Kluber a ton. But yeah, I'm gonna still play me some, man. I am. The guy is just incredible. I mean, I played freaking that Chirinos. I played him against the Red Sox. And he did well. He did fine. So I will play Ohtani, man.
What's the price difference on DK? Between these two, Kluber and Ohtani?
Ohtani is still significantly cheaper. Kluber is like 12-1 and Ohtani is 10-9. So there's still a significant price discount.
On FanDuel, it's a 900 difference. 11-4 to 10-5.
That might not be enough. You know what I mean? Just because of the matchups, right? Like Kluber gets the Twins. I mean, I guess that's not that great.
The Twins are lethal, but they also strike out a lot.
Yeah. Whereas the Red Sox, while they're lethal, they don't strike out a ton. So I guess it's a risk-reward kind of thing. Although with bets out, that helps. Bookie bets, that dude's good. So with him if he's out of the lineup, that's going to help Ohtani's case.
I mean, it's a small sample size, but the kid has a 23.5 swinging strike rate.
Now listen,
with a 40% K percentage.
And let's acknowledge 2 of those games were against the A's. We'll acknowledge that. But I mean, these other guys are having a hard time with the A's. You know what I'm saying? Like they're just lighting other guys up. But in all seriousness, keep going.
I mean, 20% hard contact. A Sierra of 173. Oh my God, an XFIP of 191. Ugh, I could just go on and on. This kid is so amazing. Damn. I like him. I mean, just because he's so talented. And one of his biggest advantages of not just the talent is that nobody has faced him yet. Oh. Ownership is going to be really important today. I like Ohtani some. I'm not going to play no Boston bat. Even if I don't play Ohtani, I'm not playing no Boston bat. Good. If y'all want to stack them, be my guest. No way for me. And David Price, I thought he was looking pretty good. And then he came out against the Yankees and just got shellacked. And then he tried to blame it on his hand. Like his hand was hurt. I don't believe his hand was hurt for one hot second. I believe they just came out and smacked him in the mouth, and he's a little pea, and just went to the bench saying his hand hurt.
The only thing that hurt was his feelings, man. The only thing hurt was his feelings.
Shellacked his ass. But do I want to stack against him? I don't know. Like I would say it's only a stack. I don't think you want to play one-offs. Because if it really was an injury and he comes back and he pitches decent, but I love this Angels lineup. So I would probably want to get a stack. Trout, Kinsler, Upton, Cozart. I mean, I wish I could play Ohtani as a bat.
Doesn't that suck? I wish he went to an NL
I'd rather play him
dude.
as a bat today than a pitcher.
I wish he went to the NL, man. You know what I mean? I mean, it wouldn't help us anyway. Don't get me wrong. You still can't. But just for like real baseball fan purposes, like I would want this guy to hit every time he's in the game. I don't care if he's pitching or not.
He can still hit in the AL.
Yeah, but
they'll just use him in the DH.
Right? Yeah.
But they don't want him to do that when he's pitching.
Yeah.
And coach even said he's going to give him the day off before he pitches.
Yeah.
As far as hitting.
Yes.
But,
and he is pitching on a couple days extra because their game was canceled. Obviously against we know that fiasco destroyed me on Sunday.
Yep.
So Sunday he didn't pitch, and then of course Monday he didn't pitch because they were off. So he does have a couple days he's working with here.
The one and only bat. Never mind. I'm not even gonna say that. Nothing. Nope. 0. No Boston bats for me.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I like Ohtani. I'll be playing some Ohtani. I'm sure he's going to make his way in some of my lineups. I have some exposure. I'm not playing any Price. Too many righties with power here. Price looks so bad in his last start, and I'm not a fan of guys who have hurt feelings and leave the game. I'll play some Angel stacks. I will. I've been riding them this whole time. Not going to stop now. Justin Upton actually has really good numbers against Price. Albert Pujols actually has decent numbers against Price, though I am curious about his sample size. Either way, love these Angels.
From 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. But he's been playing really well, man. He might be on the gas. They might have to check his ass. He's been playing really well this year.
He normally does. He normally starts out well, and then he just starts breaking down.
Yeah. He's
about 50 years old.
Yep. He's a hoopty. You know what I mean? Starts off fine, get down the road, and then things just start falling apart.
He's making all that money too, boy.
He is making a lot of money. That man does life right. You know what I'm saying? He does life right. Got his payday. Left St. Louis, got his payday. Out in L.A. of all places, living like a king. Next game here, Cash. We got Alex Wood, the lefty from Patio Joe's Los Angeles Dodgers, visiting Brian Mitchell of our boys, man. Wise take favorites. The San Diego Padres, man. Yeah, you get another lefty here. Alex Wood's price on DraftKings 8-2. It's come down significantly because of his last game where he got just completely destroyed. The total here in this lovely game is, I almost said the wrong one, 8. And San Diego is a plus 170 home underdog. What do you got here, Cash?
That's a how much is Wood on DK?
8-2.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
How times have changed.
Boy. Oh boy. I have interest. I could pitch Alec Wood against the Padres at 8-2 for sure. But I could also stack against him because that was, I mean, Oakland. I love Oakland's lineup, but they just destroyed him as well. Oh man, that sucks. I wish he was more expensive. Then I wouldn't have to think about it.
Right?
He's cheap. I makes me want to play him on 8-4 on DK on FanDuel. I probably wouldn't do it, but on DK, oh man, yeah. I think Alex Wood is playable on DK, and Renfroe. Renfroe is playing a lefty. Yes, just sign me up. Every time. Villanueva is such a beast. I think Perella got a 0 today, but he's been really hot. Like him. And Hedges has the power. Like, those are my 4 favorite bats. It's going to probably be my 4 favorite bats every single time they play a lefty until Margot comes back. So I like those. Grandal. Grandal's facing a righty. Damn shame he just hit a grand slam today, but you don't got to worry about it on FanDuel. Grandal will be 2%, maybe less, maybe more. Maybe more against Brian Mitchell. Brian Mitchell sucks. He sucks. You could stack up the lefties here.
Yeah.
Bellinger, Grandal, Jock. Jock probably makes a lineup today. Seager. Puig is against a righty, so you could play him. If Utley made the lineup, I could play him. Matt Kemp finally hit a home run today. Congratulations, bro. I actually liked you today. That's it.
Yeah, man, I think this is interesting. I'm with you completely on the Wood thing. I wish he was like in the 9s so that I wouldn't even have to think about him. But at 8-2, I'm going to have to at least think about him. And I don't like playing lefties against the Padres. Too many of these guys, I think, hit lefties well. And, like, dude, Hunter Renfroe is $3K on DraftKings tomorrow. Why? Why is, like, Perella's 3-4, Villanueva's 3-3, Freddie Galvis 3-3. Of all people, like, don't get me wrong, that's cheap for everybody. But of all people, why is Hunter Renfroe the one that's 3K? I don't know. That's crazy to me. So Wood is okay.
Maybe DK doesn't know how good he is against lefties.
They must not. So Alex Wood, maybe a sprinkle just because, again, I still think I like that. We got Cahill, who's 5-1. We've got Ohtani in the 10s. We've got Corbin at 9-8. We've got Kluber at 12. So Wood's okay only from a price perspective. I will still have some Padre stacks against him. One thing I will say about Wood, a lot of his peripherals look pretty good. His swinging strike rate so far is 11%, which is solid. His hard contact rate is under 30%. The numbers look good. Ground ball rate is there. His ERA is a little high at 5.9.
That's because it got blowed the hell up.
Right. His FIP, his FIP is only 2.09, and his xFIP is 2.73, which shows us that he's actually pitching pretty well. The one thing I will say that Patio Joe was warning us about in spring training, and it's showing in the regular season here, his velocity is way down. Literally 2 miles per hour on average. His velocity is down on his fastball. The one good thing he has going for him is even though his velocity is down on the fastball, the velocity is also down on the curveball and changeup, so he's still maintaining that separation of speeds, which is obviously what you're looking for. You want a larger separation of speeds between a guy's fastball and his off-speed pitches. So there's some stats supporting him, and then the velocity scares you. So I will play some Alex Wood, but at the same time, like you said, Cash, I'm going to play some of these Padres, man. And some of these guys have decent numbers. Like, not a huge sample, of course, against Wood, but Freddie Galvis, of all people, not the guy you would expect. He's 7 for 16 against him. Only struck out once in 16 at-bats. No walks.
No home runs, though, right?
No homers, no. No homers. The only ones with homers...
He got his power
right.
Got his power from the other side of the plate.
Right. Hunter Renfroe has a homer already. Perella has a homer already. And, of course, Villanueva, who's been red hot, has a homer already against these guys.
I bet they do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's move. And then, I forgot that. Brian Mitchell, yes, please. Give me some Dodgers. I will take me some Dodgers. They woke up a little bit today. I know it's a big ballpark, but they look good right now. I don't want to miss the train. So give me some of these Dodgers.
I thought you was about to say, yes, please, give me some Brian Mitchell.
You like that, right? That was a nice little setup. Keep everybody on their toes, man. Keep everybody on their toes. No way I'm pitching this asshole. I will be talking against him for sure. Next guy, we got Lance McCullers of the Houston Astros visiting Ariel Miranda, a guy we haven't seen in a while, lefty from the Seattle Mariners. Total here is 8.5. Seattle a plus 155 home underdog. Last game here, man. What you got?
McCullers, I don't usually like. It's just a no for me. I can't do it. I would rather, if it was at home, maybe, but I'm not gonna pitch McCullers today. Miranda, where is he coming from? Was he hurt or?
I'm assuming
is he just filling in? Or?
I don't know. He was a part of the rotation last year, so it looks like he was down in AAA. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It says it could be Miranda's lone start with the big club because Erasmo Ramirez is supposed to come back. So I guess he just didn't make the cut. They optioned with AAA and he didn't make the cut this year. Which is weird because I thought he was decent last year. I mean, he got rocked. He gave up some home runs, but I thought he was okay.
Yeah, you can't. I can't. I'm not going to pitch him.
I'm sure if I'm not going to pitch him against Houston, there's no chance.
I mean, I did Paxton today, but that's two totally different things.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I like Springer. He's the best Houston bat for me.
Well, check this out. You'll like this one, Cash. 4 for 15, which is not great, but 4 homers. So it seems like when he does hit a home run, when he does hit the ball, it's a home run. 1 strikeout.
No wonder why he matches up. I wonder why he matches up best.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like George Springer today. I was a little pissed when he stepped up to the plate and hit a home run leading off the game. I was like, "You son of a b." And then Paxton came out and did what I thought he was going to do. But yeah, I like George Springer. I mean, I would say I like Gaddis just because I know the power's there, but he's been a pile of garbage. Marwin Gonzalez, I mean, Altuve is always so expensive. So, I mean, they're all expensive because of their names, not because of how they've been playing. That's for damn sure. But Marwin Gonzalez is cheap. Springer's not cheap, but I like him. That's probably it. I don't want to stack Houston right now. They're too expensive, first of all. They haven't done anything. But I don't know if I want to stack against McCullers either. He's a righty, so I mean, you can always look at Cano or Seager. But yeah, I don't have much interest here.
Yeah, man, I don't have a ton. I don't think I'm going to play McCullers. There's too many other good pitchers on here. McCullers is a guy who never really goes more than 5 or 6 innings. His control problems are just too much. Got a great curveball, but some of these guys have hit him well. Cano and Seager, I know you just mentioned them. They actually have really good history against McCullers. So I don't mind a Seattle stack. I'm not going to go a ton of it. I don't mind a Seattle stack, though, just because there still hasn't been an offensive spot that I'm in love with. There's been a few that I like, but not a lot that I
that means
love.
You're gonna have to put Cruz in that stack, right?
Yes,
and Segura.
Cruz has
Segura's
not done
been
well.
hot.
Yeah, Segura has been hot.
Haniger's been hot as well.
Oh my gosh, that guy's great. And they're still missing Zanino. I can't wait for Zanino to come back, man. I cannot wait for that dude to come back. That double dong upsides.
Any catcher that has double dong upsides,
Oh yeah,
I can't wait because I'm playing on FanDuel.
Oh yeah,
gonna be
forget about it. You're gonna get double dongs all day, no ownership. Just double dongs all over your face and no ownership, bro. Like, you're the only one. This could be thrown at you.
Put them all up in my grill. I'll take them all.
There you go. We like double dongs at the White Steak Nation. So yeah, I could play some of these Seattle guys. Not going to go a ton, but I could see it's probably going to be a contrarian stack. I don't think a lot of people will play McCullers, but I don't think too many people will stack against him either. And then yeah, I'm afraid to stack up some of these Houston guys the way they've looked. And Miranda, I believe Miranda actually does do a pretty good job of getting some ground balls, but I'm going to have a little bit of Houston just because of the situation, but not a ton. Maybe some 3-man stacks. I don't know how many 5-man stacks I'm actually going to have of these guys. They got to wake up. They just look so bad right now. So bad. But, I mean, hey, you just saw Paxton. Now you're going to see Miranda. That's a pretty good change of pace. Maybe the ball's a little bigger today. We'll see. Anyway, that's going to do it for the position by position. At this time, I'm going to remind all you guys watching us on our podcast, if you haven't already checked us out at whitestake.com, I do not know what you are waiting for. We are tearing it up every day. Just had somebody in the nation the other day win 20 G's. It's just what we do. Nothing. We got people winning in golf. People winning in NASCAR. People winning in MLB, NBA playoffs. We got people winning
NASCAR.
Every day.
NASCAR was so good today.
It was, what? I thought it was, Cash. How good was it?
It was very good. I didn't play my normal amount. I only played 20 lineups instead of 60, but it was good. Yeah. I was really heavy on Larson, and he was the highest scorer, and he was 27% on, and I had 80%.
Oh, yes.
I had 100% Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
He really pissed me off because I expected him more, but he was, pretty sure he's the second highest scorer at 100%.
High expectations.
I recommend to the guys, don't do that. But I do it. I did not tell him that I was going to do it, though. Like I just said, I'm going to have a lot of Kyle Busch. I had 100%. And I only had 2 lineups of 20 with Kevin Harvick. So I went way underweight there. I was just taking my balls out everywhere.
It's just nuts all over every table. As many nuts as possible on everybody's table. Everywhere. Nobody eats without nuts on their plate. Nobody eats without nuts by their plate. So yeah, man, come check us out. Come rock with us, man. You obviously listen to this podcast. You probably play MLB DFS. You could try us out. A day pass, $2.50 gets you in for the full day. You get access to all the MLB content, articles, the Y stream, which we do 7 days a week. Cash writes his GPP articles during the week. Johnny the Greek writes the cash game articles. Cam will throw in some stacks once in a while. You never know when Patio Joe's ass might pop up on a stream and just rock everybody's world. Patio Joe's been coming on these streams, and he has got a lot to say. My man is so worked up. He went from having 1 kid to 3 overnight with the twins, and my man comes on here. He's already gone through Cam, went through one show. He just was going after Cam. His latest rant was about, I think, the Patriots, some of the Patriots situations, and people like thinking they know where somebody's going to go and all that. It is phenomenal. When Patio Joe's on a Y stream, you don't want to miss it. You do not want to miss a Patio Joe Y stream. It's few and far in between because the man is busy. But when he is on, he comes on here to throw some punches. And it's been a lot of fun. So come rock with us. Come check us out. $2.50. No excuse not to check us out. Cass, let's do some top threes. We're gonna do top 3 pitchers. We're gonna do top 3 stacks, and then we're gonna pick we're gonna pick 3 players that we think are going yard. So let's start off with pitchers, man. Who are your top 3 pitchers?
Well, I wish I could say Tanaka, but the Yankees are assholes.
Yes, they are.
Corey Kluber. What's this kid's name in Tampa? I'm going to
Chirinos.
Say him.
Yoni Chirinos.
Yes. Chirinos. Makes me want to go get one of those.
Churros?
What are them things called? Churros?
Yes,
yeah,
I was thinking the same thing, man. Yes.
Every time I just want to say that now, I want to go get one of those things.
Yes.
And then next would be, oh, shoot. I'm going to say Corbin.
All right. I will go with Kluber. I think he's clear and far the number 1. I will go with our boy Ohtani. Yes, that's right. Ohtani. And then I will go with Trevor Cahill at 5-1 on DraftKings. I'm going to have some. He's probably going to be chalk, but I'm going to have some. I will
see
be playing
Tanaka's
Chirinos.
price. I see Tanaka's price is 16,000 on DK. That cannot be right.
Yes.
That has to be a typo.
That is definitely a typo. He is not. Right now, there's no slate that he's actually on. They don't have one out yet anyway. They might do an early slate.
They don't have an early slate?
No, they stopped doing the all days. I think they'll release an early slate. I mean, I can't see them wanting to pass up on the potential of more money. But as of right now, they don't have anything up there.
That's dumb.
Yeah, agreed. Top 3 stacks, Cash.
Top 3 stacks.
Stack life.
Didn't know we was doing stacks. Top 3 stacks right now.
Top 3 stacks right now.
I would say Chicago Cubs.
Yes, I like that a lot.
I would say Oakland A's.
Yes, I like that a lot as well.
And I will say, I don't think you're gonna like this one as much, but I'm gonna say. Hold on, no, I'm not gonna say that. My bad. Arizona.
Yeah, I could definitely rock with that. The Cubs definitely my favorite as well. I want to attack Wainwright on the road. I'd probably go with the Brewers next, just because, like I said, better ballpark. We got Sal Romano on the hill, and then I'm gonna go with the Athletics. I do like the Angels a lot. It just doesn't make sense to me to say them when we have horrible pitchers all over the board. So while I think Price is not very good anymore, I still think this pitcher's worse than him. So I'll say the A's as my third. Let's pick some home runs, Dong Watch style. So we'll go snake here. Can't pick the same players. I'll give you the first pick. Let's do an outfielder, an infielder, and a utility. You and Paulie been doing that, and I like it. So I'm biting it. Let's do it.
I will say Matt Olson.
I will go with Yoenis Cespedes, assuming he's playing. He wasn't hurt. He was just resting, and he's got good numbers against Gio Gonzalez, something I forgot to mention when we addressed this man.
He had good numbers against Hellickson, too.
Oh, my God. Why?
This pisses me off.
I know. Me too.
I was so pissed. When you told me that, I was so heated. Oh, my God.
Yeah, just so the nation knows, the original cover boy for Cash's article was supposed to be Cespedes. He sent me Cespedes, and I told him, I was like, ooh, Cespedes ain't playing.
That was not good. That was not good. What's my next one gonna be? I will say Duval.
Yeah, I like that call. I like that call with Duval. Let me see here. I will go. There was one particular team I wanted to look at right here, if I could find them right now, but I can't find them. Where the hell are you? This ain't gonna work, is it? No, not gonna work. Okay, gonna have to improvise. I will go with. Give me some. I will go with some. Man, I don't know if Ryan Braun is playing. I want to go with Ryan Braun, but I don't know if he's playing, so I can't. I'll go with Anthony Rizzo in his return game. Give me Anthony Rizzo. Go with some Rizzo action. I know that took a long time. My apologies. I was looking for a specific stat, but I could not find it. But at least I gave Cash plenty of time for his final pick. What do you got?
I don't need no time. Ian Happ.
Ian Happ. There you go. There you go. I should have taken that from you just because I knew you were going to take him. But I didn't think about it. I panicked because I couldn't find the original guy I was looking for. I freaked out. So, lost my cool. Blew my opportunity. And now I got to live with my decisions. I think I will go with... let's go with some CJ Cron action against Matt Moore. Give me some CJ Cron action against Matt Moore. I don't love the ballpark, but I'll try. You know what? Yeah.
He hit one today. I liked him today.
Yeah.
I just didn't do it. I didn't do it.
I had Tampa Bay stacks, Mets. I had so many stacks that were right. Just didn't have the right combos, man. I'll go with Cron, but I want to say Upton, man. I really like Upton. I just didn't think of it in time, so I'll stick with Cron just because he's going to be a little of a lower owned play anyway. So at least I hope. I mean, maybe not. He just hit a home run today, so who knows? I would think so. Still though, it's Tampa Bay. Nobody likes to play those assholes. That's going to do it, though, for the Wise Take DFS podcast. So, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button. Subscribe to the channel. It really helps us out. If you're watching us on Facebook, please like and share to support the Wise Take Nation. If you're watching on Twitch, give us a follow. Tell your friends, spread the word. Tell them all that we're on the Twitch, doing our Twitch thing. We're hip, we're hot, we're doing our thing. And if you're watching us on Twitter, it's our first time on Periscope, aka Twitter Live. Do us a favor, retweet, man. Retweet. On the next show, we will do some contests, give away some free content action, right? Free content action. But we're going to do it on Twitter. We're going to make people follow us. We're going to make people retweet us. Make people do all that good stuff. If you're listening on Podbean.
Look at this guy's ISO.
Who specifically?
Villanueva.
Oh my God, that guy is just playing like a freak right now.
His ISO.
Every
it's
day.
Not a big sample size, but it's almost 600, like JD Martinez last year.
It's every day, and he won't stop. I will say, if you're watching us on Podbean, give us a follow, and if you're listening on iTunes, please give us some 5-star reviews. Bump us up them charts. All these things, man, they really help us out. Whatever platform you are using, you cannot hide from the Wise Take Nation. We are everywhere. We are on every platform, so there's no way of hiding. You might as well hop on, support us, join us, and do your thing. But seriously, guys, if you do these things for us, whatever you're watching on these free shows, it helps us keep doing these free shows. So help us out. Do the right thing. Cash, give us some closing thoughts, and we're going to wrap this thing up.
I hate managers. And... no, I'm not going to say that. Never mind. I hate managers. Just get your lineups together right. Like, look at some numbers for once in your life. Just look at some freaking numbers. It's amazing to me.
There you go. That's going to do it. So, for CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, we love you guys, and good luck.
Yeah.